Ryudo is an awkward loser who's never made eye contact with a girl. But after he's dared to ask out his crush, he confesses to the hottest girl in school who strangely agrees to date him and let him hit it whenever he pleases. It all starts with Ryudo crushing over the school's most popular girl, Luna. And even though he wants to clap her, he knows she is way out of his league. Just then he hears some guys who think Luna changes boyfriends like clothes and will let them all hit it if they try hard enough. However, Rudo brushes these rumors off and focuses on how lonely he is despite being in his senior year of school. Just then Luna pops up in front of him and asks for a pencil, which excites the pencil in Rudo's pants. When he hands her the correct pencil, she starts filling out a form on his desk. But Rudo's heart starts racing when he gets a peek of her bouncy castles. Despite the rumors, Rudo notes how Luna is the type of person who gets along with everyone and admires her for it. After finishing her form, she hands him his pencil back, and seeing her cute face makes Rudo realize his heart has been struck by Cupid. Later during lunch break, Rudo hangs out with his only two friends, Iki and Nishi, who complain about their poor performance in a recent test. Rudo tries to comfort them by saying he did poorly too, but they know he's capping, so they make a challenge that if Rudo scores better than them, they will make him do a dare. As expected, Rudo scores higher than both of them, so they order him to pick a girl he likes and confess to her. They think he will get dumped because his hair looks like an overused toothbrush and it will make him realize what rock bottom feels like. Rudo argues he doesn't even have a crush, but suddenly Luna's face pops up in his head. His reaction confirms that he likes her, so now he has no choice but to follow up on the dare. After school, he heads to the locker room and leaves a note for Luna asking her to meet him outside. So after school, he waits for her at the gate and she shows up looking for him. She starts laughing when she sees him looking so nervous and asks why he asked to meet her. Rudo exhausts all his brain cells while trying to mutter out that he likes her. When she asks if there's anything specific he likes about her, he says she's really cute and her pom-poms look very bouncy. Rudo prepares for a cold rejection and wishes the ground would swallow him, but to his shock, Luna politely accepts his proposal. She doesn't understand why he's so surprised because he was the one who asked her out. So when she questions if he wants to date her or not, Rudo nervously agrees. She then asks him to walk home with her, and Rudo, thinking it's a dream, wishes to never wake up. Meanwhile, his friends pass out in the bushes because they never expected Rudo to pull a baddie like her in a million years. Why ain't no way, boy? On the way, Rudo asks her why she agreed to date a loser like him, and she says it's because she wants to know him as a person and get to like him too. Rudo is taken aback by her boldness, and she feels a little annoyed because everyone thinks she gets clapped by strangers at the club like your mom, when in reality she's very picky when it comes to guys. She dates guys to find out if she can like them or not, but none of her relationships last long enough to find out. Soon after, they reach her home and she invites him in, saying her parents are both out at work. Once inside, Rudo enters Luna's bedroom and immediately creams because the only woman's bedroom he has been to was his mother's. When Luna leaves to get him a drink, he decides to goon to her plot armor collection. However, he snaps out of it when Luna walks back in and serves him a drink. When she tells him to sit next to her in bed, his brain begins throttling because he can't handle being so close to such a beautiful girl like her. Before he knows it, Luna begins unbuttoning her shirt and asks him to join her in the shower so they can smash. However, Rudo's virgin instincts kick in and he blurts out that it's too soon. Luna is shocked because she believes all guys ever want is to get their way jort. But Rudo says that he wants the relationship to mean something before they clap. When Luna says she felt that allowing her boyfriends to hit that was more like a duty, Rudo realizes that Luna's previous boyfriends only dated her because they wanted to smash. So now she thinks this is all there is to relationships. Rudo wants her to experience a good, healthy relationship. So he agrees to bury his sausage in his pants until she's ready. As she walks him outside, Luna compliments him because she hasn't had a boyfriend as sincere as him before. Rudo then assures her he doesn't have any other girl in his life, and she doesn't need to worry about him cheating because he will only clap her once they get to know each other better. Hearing this, Luna replies that she'll let him know when the time comes and that she hopes they'll like each other even more by then. The following day, Rudo heads to school and figures that he's still a boring nerd even if he's now dating Luna. During the first period, Luna shows up late but doesn't forget to blow Rudo a kiss when she settles in, and it makes Mr. S lose his mind. That afternoon, Rudo opens up to his friends about going to Luna's house yesterday, and they grow disappointed in him because he passed up a golden opportunity to smash. When Rudo tells them he wouldn't miss the next chance that pops up, Nishi asks if he really thinks Luna will take him seriously because Luna might just be using him as her plaything. Hearing this, Rudo starts to consider the possibility. But the next time he meets Luna, she acts all nice to him and even flashes him a bit of her milkers. Yet when he tries to get a good look, Luna's bestie Nicole catches him and shoots him the side eye. As time goes on, Luna acts all lovey-dovey with Ryudo and it makes everyone in class grow jealous of him. When he's had enough, he pulls Luna aside and begs her to keep their relationship a secret. Luna says she's fine with it, but as she asks when she gets to talk to him, he tells her during the weekends. Hearing this makes Luna assume that Ryudo wants to take her out on dates, so she looks forward to it, though she mentions she has plans on Sunday. Shocked, Ryudo spends the next 6 hours at home trying to figure out a good idea for a date with Luna. Later on, Luna FaceTimes him and asks where he's taking her tomorrow, so he panics and suggests the movies when she asks what kind of movies he hopes to see. Ro pauses because he frequents the cinema once a year. Curious, Luna asks why he's taking her out and he simply says he'd like to know her better. He then asks what she does for fun because he can't come up with anything interesting for their date. So Luna smiles and tells him they should go out and do something she likes. Hearing this, Rudo freaks out, thinking Luna might take him to Pound Town, so he gets his rubber set just in case. However, his smashing hopes are crushed when he finds himself going shopping with Luna the following day. After shopping for hours, Luna takes a break at a restaurant and enjoys a drink with Rudo, who she thinks is bored. When asked if he's okay, Rudo can't exactly tell her he was expecting a love hotel, so he claims he had fun while shopping with Luna. Hearing this makes Luna blush a little, but as Rudo sees her cute side again, he realizes he's falling deeper in love with her. Soon, Nicole calls, and when Luna tells her she's on a date with Rudo, Bro starts panicking, thinking Nicole doesn't want him anywhere near Luna. The following day, he freaks out because Luna has left him on read and it's never happened before. As he recalls that Luna told him she had plans for Sunday, he starts thinking she's gone to get inched by Johnny Sins and decides to clear his head by finishing 5 hand lotions. The following day, he shows up at school and gets sad when he sees Luna talking to a group of guys. So his friends console him and welcome him back to their shared miserable life. That evening when he gets home, Luna texts him to meet her at a station, and he becomes convinced that she wants to break up with him. As he strolls down to meet her, he wishes he hadn't turned down smashing her. But when he finally reaches her, she shows him a limited edition phone case she got for him and tells him she went through hell to buy it, which was why she couldn't reply to his messages on time. Hearing this shocks Rudo to the extent that his heart and something else start swelling with affection. He tells her he still can't believe that someone as cute as her would settle for a bum like him as a boyfriend. He also mentions that he was sure she'd dump him in a heartbeat, but begins to thank her because she went out of her way to surprise him. Hearing this, Luna smiles at him and gets excited because they now have matching phone cases, and it turns out she got them to celebrate a week of having a new boyfriend. When she tells him she was a bit worried he wouldn't like the gift, Ryudo decides to tell her he's asked out another girl in the past. Luna gets curious after hearing this and asks to hear about his love story, so he opens up to her. Back then, Ryudo had a seatmate named Maria who was a petite baddie most men would die for. Apparently, he fell in love with her because she always showered him with sweet compliments and it got to his head. One day he grew a pair and asked her out, but rather than accept, she put him in the friend zone, and since then he lost his confidence talking to girls. Presently, Luna feels bad for Revo after hearing his story. But she tells him to be grateful because if he were still dating Maria, then he wouldn't have asked her out. To this, Rudo scoffs and tells her that relationships between young adults don't last long, but Luna argues that it isn't true. To back her point, she tells him her mom and dad started dating in their first year, and they got married as soon as they graduated high school. She mentions that she'd like to experience something like that, but that's when a cool supercar speeds past them. Rudo enters nerd mode and starts giving a lecture about cars no one asked for. Since Luna is about as smart as a brick, she loses a bunch of brain cells while listening until Rudo stops and apologizes for going too far. However, she brushes it off as no big deal since she hasn't seen him talk so much before. She then compares herself to a sports car, saying she was racing forward because she wanted to be like her mom and dad. She adds that she wanted to become an adult as fast as she could, which was why she became as experienced as Mia Khalifa at a young age. Now she realizes that getting run through like that never works out because her mom ended up getting a divorce. She also tells Rudo that although she's had grown-up experiences, she's still a little girl at heart. So Rudo's sweet talks her into cheering up. Later that evening, Luna tells Nicole over the phone that the surprise thingy went well. Hearing this, Nicole tells her not to try too hard to impress Rudo, but Luna tells her that being with Rudo makes her feel more like herself and she'll keep dating him for a while. Before ending the call, Nicole tells her to keep her eyes open because she doesn't trust Rudo at all. The following day, everything starts normally in class as Rudo smiles at Luna while they lock eyes. However, when the teacher enters and introduces Maria as the new transfer student, Rudo is left completely shocked. Seeing Maria for the first time in years makes him flash back to the time when she rejected him. But when he recalls he has a girlfriend that's as hot as Megan Fox, he relaxes his mind as if he's made it in life. Maria, however, introduces herself to the class asking her mates for help to show her the ropes of the school, and as expected all the thirsty boys look forward to it. All the while Rudo marinates in his thoughts assuming that Maria wouldn't recall the thing that happened between them in the past and figures he should stay far away from her. But as fate would have it, the only free space in the class is the one beside Rudo, and the teacher makes Maria sit there, leaving Rudo completely shocked. After the first period, Maria talks to Rudo, telling him she's happy to sit beside him and that they should be friends. As Bro gets friend-zoned again, he realizes he needs to run away from her or else it'll leak that he asked her out in the past. When he decides to exit the class, Nicole bumps into him and tells him to follow her. Later that afternoon, he's forced to join her on a date at a restaurant where she keeps shooting him the side eye for like 10 minutes. When Ryudo has had enough, he asks if he's done something wrong, so she tells him to zip it until she's done with her meal. A while later, she asks him if he's aware that Luna's birthday is on Sunday. And when she notices he had no idea, she yells at him for not taking Luna seriously. Though scared, Rudo summons the courage to ask what Luna likes so he can get her a birthday present. But Nicole insists he ask Luna himself. However, when Rudo says he wants to surprise Luna, she agrees to tell him everything she knows about Luna. But she doesn't notice that someone's taking pictures of her and Rudo. The following day, Rudo meets Luma at the station on his way to school, and the first thing she asks is if he was on a date with Nicole. After Ryudo confirms it, he asks if she's free on Sunday because he'd like to celebrate her birthday with her. Hearing this, Luna realizes why he went out with Nicole and she agrees to hang out with him, though he spends the next hour apologizing for not asking about her birthday earlier. As Luna walks away to school, Ryudo wonders if she attacked him like that because she was jealous or something. But he brushes it off and figures he'll spend time planning what her birthday would be like on the birthday. He takes her to a restaurant to try out her favorite drink, which is bubble tea, and he notices how happy she gets when she drinks it. When she opts to pay for her tab, he refuses and tells her it's on him because it's her birthday, so she thanks him for it. A few days ago, when Nicole told him Luna liked bubble tea, he went on a tea hunting spree to see why Luna likes the drink so much. Now he ends up giving a lecture about tea no one asked for, leaving Luna confused. When she gets her brain back, she figures that Rudo must like bubble tea so much, but she's shocked when he tells her he drank lots of it so he could take her to the best spots that sell it. After thanking him for the gesture, she tells him they should check out other shops for the said drink and he agrees. After an hour, they visit like 3 different places, and Ryudo makes sure to give each shop a rating on his map. At their last stop, Luna decides to give Rudo a sip from her drink and the loser freaks out because it's an indirect kiss. As he sucks it down his throat, his heart as well as his sausage swells with affection and he turns red. Afterward, he figures he should tell Luna about Maria, but when he's about to do it, he gets distracted by a guy giving his girlfriend a gift. Seeing this makes him consider getting Luna a gift, but when he takes out his wallet, he realizes that he's 1,000 yen away from being broke. He then apologizes, asking if there's anything she'd like him to get. So she insists on taking his map. She tells him she loves it since it's the only document that contains her favorite spots in the world, and she wants to keep it as a memento because no one has done anything like this for her. She promises to take good care of it, and her smile at the end makes Rudo fall deeply in love with her. The following day, Rudo shows up at school happy as ever, but his mood shifts when he begins to hear weird rumors about Luna. One dude says Luna gets boyfriends to do her bidding and then jumps to the next guy after draining him dry. While a chick says Luna never touches her wallet on dates. As Rio hears all of these, he wonders what's going on. Because although Luna has always attracted all kinds of rumors, these ones feel different. During lunch break, he joins his friends at the rooftop to chill. But that's when Nicole shows up looking for him. Immediately, Ikki and Nishi run for their lives because they can't exactly stand Nicole's intimidating eyes. Ryudo, although scared, thanks Nicole for helping him out the other day because Luna's birthday was a success. But Nicole brushes that off because she's more interested in the rumors about Luna. The following day, Rudo shows up at school and is a bit flustered when Maria offers him some sweets. After he takes it, the next thing he knows, he's sharing books with her, and she claims she forgot hers at home. Maria takes the opportunity to touch his fingers, and since he's a loose captain, most of his seamen almost dive out his ship. While he struggles to hold it down, Maria apologizes for turning him down the way she did years ago, claiming she did it because she didn't understand the concept of dating someone as she tells Rudo he's special. Bro realizes he'll get friend-zoned for the millionth time if he follows her lead, so he tells her he has a girlfriend. Curious, Maria asks if his girlfriend is in the school, but he refuses to tell her. After their conversation, he walks away thinking that people will make fun of Luna if it's revealed that he's dating her. However, he snaps out of it when he sees Luna following a guy into an empty classroom. Apparently, the dude wants to ask Luna out, so Luna tells him she's in a relationship. She refuses to mention who her boyfriend is, and the dude assumes it's because the guy's a loser, but Luna tells him she's cool with revealing her boyfriend, only that he's super shy. Hearing this shocks Rudo because he initially thought she was embarrassed of him. But while he thinks about it, Maria shows up and starts telling him about the circulating rumors. Turns out she believes it, and it gets Rudo pissed because he doesn't see Luna as a gold-digging trifling hoe. So he gets fed up and announces that Luna is his girlfriend. Hearing this shocks everyone in class, and some thirsty guys start wondering what he's on because there's no way a bum like him can bag Luna. But when Luna confirms that she's dating Rudo, all the guys start thinking they have a shot at her. Soon, some girls realize that the rumors about her were false, and it pisses Maria off. So she leaves the class to get some air. Ryudo, who already figures she's the one behind the rumors, runs after her to ask why she did it. And when he does, she tells him it's because she wants to be the number one in the school. She then reveals that Luna is her twin sister. And it shocks Rudo because both girls have different last names. Maria tells him it's because her parents got divorced and she moved in with her mom and took her last name. Deep down, Maria wishes she weren't Luna's sister because ever since they were little, Luna was the one getting all the attention, unlike her who had trouble expressing her feelings. Back when her parents got divorced, she hated that she had to change her name and felt like she was treated unfairly. Presently, she feels the only way she'll ever be happy is if she becomes a lovable girl like Luna, which is why she's worked so hard to change herself. However, it hurts her that despite everything, Luna is still the number one in class, which is why she spread the rumors to tarnish her image. After she opens up, Ryudo begins to understand how she feels, but he tells her it'll be painful if she tries to be more like Luna. He then advises her to become someone likable, and as she thinks about it, she slips and Ryudo catches her. Despite that, she tells him to go away and starts crying right after. As Ryudo heads back to class, he bumps into Nicole, who surprisingly commends him for announcing his relationship with Luna. While he walks Luna home, he tells her he only revealed their relationship because he was tired of people getting the wrong impression about her. Hearing this makes Luna happy, but she then brings up Maria and apologizes for not telling him about her sooner. Curious, she asks why he didn't believe the rumors because they had only just met. So Ryudo tells her he likes how she is now and doesn't care about her past. Meanwhile, at school, Maria sits alone, wondering why she's having feelings for Ryudo. The following day, Ryudo feels skeptical about going to school because everyone now knows he's dating Luna, but when he shows up, he's treated normally. After school, he decides to hang out with Luna, who insists on knowing what he likes to do for fun. So he tells her he's into video games but leaves out his addiction to hand lotion. He then plays a live stream of a popular gamer named Ken, and as she gets closer to him to watch it, Ryudo becomes tense and starts getting the urge to kiss her. So the next morning, he consults his jealous, degenerate friends for tips on how he'll get kinky with Luna, but they end up telling him he doesn't have what it takes to do it. As Ryudo realizes it might be true, he settles on finding a way to hold hands with Luna. So after he's done with his friends, he asks Luna out on a date and she agrees. Turns out he wants to take her for a boat ride and intends to create a scenario where she falls so he'll have to hold her hands. In class, he gets lost in thought and he fails to answer a question the teacher asks. When Maria notices that he isn't paying attention, she decides to help him out and he thanks her for it. After that, she asks Ryudo if he hates her for spreading those rumors about Luna, so he tells her he's over it. Hearing this makes her smile, but she quickly fakes a hard face so Ryudo doesn't think she likes him. On Saturday, Ryudo meets Luna as planned and takes her to an amusement park so they can get on a boat. But before that, Luna gives Ryudo a homemade meal she made for him. So he snacks on it and realizes it tastes good. After the meal, Ryudo takes Luna with him and pays for a boat ride. As she's about to enter the boat, she slips. So Ryudo rushes to catch her, but he misses. Thankfully, Luna regains her balance and enters the boat. While Ryudo becomes sad because he's missed his only ticket to holding hands with her. While on the ride, he looks forward to another opportunity when they get off the boat. When the time comes, Luna doesn't slip like before. He gets frustrated and walks her out of the park. But along the way, Luna notices his dull mood and tells him to say what's on his mind already. She thinks he's tired of her and wants to break up because the silent treatment is what her exes used on her when they wanted to dip. However, when she voices out, Ryudo tells her he isn't breaking up with her. He then asks her to join him for another boat ride, and she agrees on the spot. This time, Ryudo decides he'll stop being a loser, so he gets on the boat first and lends Luna his hand so she can join him. Finally, they hold hands and Bro starts blushing like he's won a lottery or something. A while later, Luna tells him she's always wanted to hold his hands and reveals that she's been trying to get closer to him for that reason. Ryudo also tells her he's wanted to hold hands with her. So after hearing this, she pulls closer and gives him a friendly kiss. This kiss shocks Ryudo because he wasn't expecting it. So after the ride, he acts like a gentleman and helps Luna get off the boat. On the way home, Luna tells him to start calling her by her first name, but he stutters while trying to do it and it makes her giggle a bit. As they hold hands again, she realizes Rudo's hands are cold, so he tells her it's because he's nervous. Hearing this, Luna decides she'll warm him up, joking that he wouldn't feel nervous if he had smashed her back then. However, she looks forward to growing their relationship and enjoying all the sick sin of benefits when the time is right. In the meantime, Maria sits alone trying to study, but can't get anything in her head because she's thinking about Rudo again. She admits she's fallen for him and decides that she'll become Luna and steal him away. A few days later, Rudo joins Luna at a restaurant and helps her with her studies. About 5 minutes in, he realizes that Luna is all beauty without the brains and spends the next hour explaining basic homework. Once they're done, Luna reminds Rudo that Saturday will make them a month since they started dating. She intends to go to the beach to celebrate their journey so far and flashes a bit of her milkers to convince him to join her. When Rudo sees them, he spaces out, picturing her in a bikini and mindlessly agrees to follow her to the beach. The following day, Luna gets excited when she sees her test scores because all her studying with Rudo has paid off. But as Rudo sees that she scored a 40, he begins to wonder just how dumb she is. Curious, Luna asks to see his test score and she's shocked when she realizes he scored an 87. Maria sees everything from a distance and decides to meet Rudo after class. There she begs him to tutor her, but he turns her down because he's already promised to help Luna. As Maria insists on studying with him before the summer vacation starts, he tells her to meet Icky and she refuses. Instead, she asks for his phone number and Rudo gives it to her but warns that he won't text her. On Saturday, she texts him asking if he'll be free to study next week. So Rudo replies that he'll be having summer classes by then. As she asks when next he'll be free, Luna shows up. So he leaves her on read and joins her at the beach. Seeing her dressed in a bikini makes him almost crack a quick one at a corner, and he ends up thanking the gods of name for blessing him with a hot chick who has all that milk. While he struggles to hold down all the curse energy built up in his pants, Luna begs him to rub baby oil sunscreen on her back, and he realizes he was bound to become Sir Camelot. While he massages her back, she tells him to reach under her swimsuit. And since he's barely holding it in, he decides to carry out complex calculations in his mind to stay sane. When he's done, he realizes he needs to respect all guys out there who rub sunscreen on their girlfriends like it's nothing because he was 2 minutes away from spilling milk on Luna's cake. As time goes on, Rudo plays with Luna at the beach, and he also enjoys a nice meal with her. At some point, he tells her he likes how her swimsuit fits on her body, so she smirks because she had to test run like 50 of them. If you loved this anime story and want to know what happens next, drop a comment below and I'll make part 2 just for you. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.